Have you been praying for the right person? Do you have this feeling that someone special is on their way, but you're just not sure when or how it will happen? What if I told you that Allah has already chosen someone for you and the signs are already appearing? Today, I want to share with you 8 signs that the one Allah has chosen for you is getting closer, along with what you must do to prepare your heart for them. These signs are not mere feelings, they are divine reminders that your prayers are being answered. Sign 1, you feel peace. While waiting, the first sign that the one Allah has chosen for you is getting closer is that you begin to feel a deep and unexplainable peace while waiting. It's not the kind of peace that comes from everything being perfect around you. In fact, your situation might remain the same. You're still single, and you may not have any clear signs or answers just yet, but somehow, your heart has become quiet. The internal noise, the fear, the pressure, the worry begins to fade. You no longer feel desperate to find someone, to be seen, or to be loved. Right now, you stop constantly checking your phone, overthinking conversations, or trying to force anything. Instead, you feel this gentle pull to turn inward and trust that Allah already knows what's best for you. You begin to surrender, not because you've given up, but because you now believe that Allah's plan is better than your own. That calm feeling you're experiencing, it's not random. It's not something you created by your own strength. It's a gift from Allah, a sign from Him telling your soul, be patient. I'm working on something for you. You don't have to fight so hard anymore. This peace is a sign of trust that has grown between you and your Lord. You've moved from fear to faith. You've stopped asking, when will it happen? And started saying, whenever you will, Ya Allah, I'll be ready. And when you reach this point, when your heart no longer demands answers immediately, that's when you know something is shifting. That peace in your chest, it's a quiet confirmation from above, a sign that your waiting is not in vain. It's not being ignored, it's being answered, but in a divine way that moves slower than the world wants, yet more beautifully than you could have ever planned. Allah says in the Quran, verily, in the remembrance of Allah, do hearts find rest. When you start remembering Him more than you stress about the future or think about people, your heart begins to breathe. It's like your soul knows you're being taken care of. You may not have seen the person Allah has chosen for you yet, but your heart already feels what your eyes cannot. You feel protected, you feel guided, you feel like something good is on the way, even if you can't explain it. That's not a coincidence. That's alignment. It's Allah putting everything in place at the right time and in the right order. And your calmness is proof that your soul is already catching the whispers of what's coming. Sign 2. Your heart feels pulled towards someone good. The second sign that the one Allah has chosen for you is getting closer is when your heart feels gently drawn to someone, not because of their looks, not because of desire or attraction, but because of something deeper, something purer. It's quiet, it's soft, it's not obsessive or intense. You're not fantasizing or getting carried away by emotions, but there's something in that person that your heart notices. Perhaps it's the way they speak with calmness, the way they carry themselves with humility, or how they treat others with patience. Maybe it's how they talk about their faith with sincerity. Whatever it is, something about them reflects goodness that feels familiar. Even if you've never spoken to them, your heart feels this subtle recognition, as though their soul carries a familiarity that resonates deeply with yours. You might find yourself asking, why do I feel this way? But it's not about chasing them. It's not about rushing or forcing a connection. It's simply the recognition of a deep inner alignment between you and them, something that speaks to your soul in a way words cannot fully express. If this message resonates with you, if you feel a sense of peace and recognition deep in your heart, take a moment to reflect. Trust in Allah's timing and prepare your heart for what He is bringing into your life. Remember, the journey you're on is not one of waiting in vain, but one of divine preparation, where everything is aligning for your good. If you found this video inspiring and would like more content that speaks to your heart, please subscribe to Spiritual Dean, like this video, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Let's walk this journey of faith and trust together. One prayer, one step, one heartbeat at a time. May Allah guide your path, protect your heart, and bring you closer every day to the love, peace, and purpose He has written just for you. You're not dreaming of fairy tales, but there's something pure about the way your heart feels when you think of them. It's not guilt, obsession, or confusion. Instead, it's peace and curiosity, feelings that are not random. In fact, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, beautifully said, souls are like recruited soldiers. Those that recognize one another will come together. This profound hadith tells us that before we even meet someone in this world, our souls may have already met in a realm we cannot see. There are certain people whose souls are naturally drawn to each other, not because of beauty, wealth, or charm, but because of something Allah placed in their hearts long before this life began. So when you feel that pure pull towards someone's goodness, when you admire their character more than their appearance, it could be your soul quietly whispering, this one is safe, this one is kind, this one is familiar. Even if nothing has happened between you yet, even if you've never had a full conversation, your heart sees something deeper. That doesn't mean it's time to act or make decisions. Sometimes Allah lets you feel this way, just so you can recognize the type of person your heart truly values, not who the world tells you to chase. And sometimes, this feeling is a small glimpse of what's to come. If the one Allah has chosen for you is near, your soul might begin to feel that connection before your mind can fully understand it. When you feel this, don't rush, don't panic. Just thank Allah for allowing your heart to stay soft and clean enough to feel such a connection without being clouded by desire. Because when the one Allah has written for you does come, it won't just be your eyes that recognize them. It will be your soul that says, finally, I've found someone who feels like peace. Sign 3. Your du'as begin to change. The third sign that the one Allah has chosen for you is getting closer is when your du'as, supplications, begin to change. This is something most people don't notice right away, because it doesn't happen all at once. It's a quiet, gradual shift, but it's very real. You begin to move away from asking for someone who simply looks a certain way or makes you feel a certain way. Instead, your du'as start to ask for someone who will bring you closer to Allah. In the past, your du'as may have been filled with hopes for beauty, charm, and confidence, and that's okay, because we're human. But now, your words in du'a sound different. They feel different. You start to ask things like, Ya Allah, send me someone who reminds me to pray, someone who will be patient with me, someone who helps me protect my heart, not break it, someone who fears losing you more than losing me. This change in your prayer is powerful because it means your heart is growing. You're no longer just looking for love, you're looking for purposeful companionship. You're no longer seeking perfection, you're asking for someone real, someone sincere, someone who can walk with you on the path to Jannah, paradise. Even if that path gets hard, that shift in your du'as signifies deep spiritual maturity. You're no longer chasing worldly excitement. Instead, you're longing for peace, faith, and a love that is blessed, not just beautiful. When Allah hears this shift in your dua, when He sees that you're finally more concerned with the condition of someone's soul than the style of their clothes or the shape of their face, that's when He responds in a new way. Because now, your heart is speaking His language. You're not just asking for love anymore. You're asking for barakah, blessings. You're asking for a marriage that lasts, not just a relationship that starts fast and fades. You're asking for a connection that is rooted in His remembrance. And Allah never ignores a heart that asks for Him before it asks for anyone else. So if you've noticed this change in your dua, be grateful. It's a beautiful sign that Allah has already been working on your heart, preparing you, polishing you, and purifying your intentions. And maybe He's preparing someone else in the same way, so you can meet at the right time with the right hearts. If this message has touched your heart, if you've noticed a shift in your du'as, or if you feel your soul is aligning with the one Allah has written for you, take a moment to reflect and trust in His timing. He is working behind the scenes, crafting the perfect moment for you. The one who's meant for you won't just match your preferences, they'll match your prayers. Sign 4. You're being tested in love and patience. The fourth sign that the one Allah has chosen for you is getting closer is that you begin to face tests in love and patience. These aren't small tests. They're the kind that shake your heart, make you question your worth, your timing, and sometimes even your prayers. Perhaps someone you thought was the one walked away. Maybe you opened your heart to someone only for them to not treat it with the care it deserved. Or maybe you've simply been waiting so long that you feel invisible, forgotten, or left behind. But here's something crucial to understand. Before Allah gives you something beautiful, He often tests you with something painful, not to punish you, but to prepare you, to clean your heart, to help you see clearly, and to show you the difference between what you want and what you deserve. That heartbreak, that disappointment, that season of silence, it wasn't random. It was Allah's way of protecting you from someone who wasn't meant to carry your heart, someone who might have seemed right, but wasn't right for your soul. You see, the right one won't bring confusion into your life. They won't leave you overthinking, doubting yourself, or questioning your value. The right one will bring peace, not perfection, but clarity. And Allah wants to know, will you trust Him enough to wait for that kind of love? Will you have the dignity to say no to someone who doesn't value your deen, faith, your worth, or your future? Even if you feel lonely now, every delay in your love story is not a denial. It's a filter. Allah removes the wrong ones. He blocks the roads that were never meant for you. He lets certain people show their true colors early, not to break your heart, but to spare it. And every time something doesn't work out, every time someone leaves, every time a door closes, it's not rejection. It's redirection. It's divine mercy. Allah already knows who He created for you, but He wants to see, can you wait with patience? Can you hold on to your self-respect? Can you stay grounded in your faith instead of giving in to fear. Because when you pass those tests, when you learn to walk away from what isn't meant for you, when you stop begging for love from the wrong places, when you choose peace over attachment, that's when you're truly ready. That's when Allah knows your heart is strong enough to receive the one He's written for you. So, if you're being tested right now, if your heart feels heavy, if you're wondering when it will be your turn, don't lose hope. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Keep your head high, your standards strong, and your faith even stronger. What's meant for you is not gone. It's getting closer. And every test you pass is a step toward that moment when everything finally makes sense. Sign 5. You are growing into the person you want to marry. The fifth and perhaps most beautiful sign that the one Allah has chosen for you is getting closer is when you begin to notice something changing, not in your surroundings, but within yourself. You start growing into the very kind of person you've always hoped to marry. It doesn't happen overnight, but slowly, your focus shifts. You begin working on your character, not because someone told you to, but because something inside you wants to be better. You become more patient, more honest, more kind, and more forgiving. You stop reacting with anger so quickly. You start thinking before you speak. You reflect on your habits, your intentions, your flaws, not to shame yourself, but to improve in a way that pleases Allah. You begin asking yourself, if I want someone gentle, am I gentle? If I want someone God-conscious, am I remembering Allah daily? If I want someone who brings peace into my life, am I becoming a peaceful person myself? This transformation is no small thing. It means your soul is preparing for what it once only dreamed of. You're no longer just waiting, you're becoming. And that is one of the strongest signs that your time is near. Because the truth is, in love and in life, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Wanting a loyal, loving, faithful spouse means nothing if you're not also working toward those qualities yourself. Wanting someone who is close to Allah means little if you're drifting far from Him. But when you start purifying your heart, fixing your behavior, and deepening your connection with your Creator, you are not just preparing for someone, you are inviting them into a future built on sincerity and strength. And here's the part we often forget. Allah is fair. He is just. He is wise. He won't send someone pure, sincere, and grounded into the life of someone who is not yet ready to receive them. He doesn't just prepare a spouse for you. He prepares you for that spouse. And when you finally become the version of yourself that matches your prayers, that's often when your prayers are answered. The beauty is, while you're silently working on yourself, Allah is silently working on your future. While you're healing your wounds, someone else may be healing theirs. While you're learning patience, someone else is learning to love with gentleness. You may never see what's happening behind the scenes, but Allah does. He connects souls in ways no eyes can witness. So, if you find yourself becoming stronger, wiser, calmer, and more faithful, if you're improving not to impress others, but to please your Creator, know that you're not just changing, you're aligning. And when the time is right, Allah will send someone who recognizes the beauty in the person you've become, because they've been becoming that person too. Sign 6. You begin to let go of what's not meant for you. One of the most honest signs that the one Allah chose for you is near is when you begin letting go, not just physically, but emotionally, of the people, feelings, or fantasies that were never written for you. You no longer hold on to the ones who made you feel confused. You no longer wait for the call that never comes, or keep chasing the approval that leaves you empty. Even if it hurts, your heart begins to release what was once your biggest hope. That's not weakness, that's growth. Letting go doesn't mean you stopped caring. It means you started trusting. Trusting that if it didn't work out, it's because Allah protected you, not because you failed. This shift shows you're ready to receive something real because now you have space for it. You're not carrying old attachments, imaginary futures, or unspoken pain anymore. You finally say to yourself, if it wasn't meant for me, I don't want it. That level of surrender is not the end of your story. It's the start of a new chapter, and often, right after you let go of what wasn't for you, Allah brings in exactly what was. Sign 7. You attract better friendships and environments. Another quiet yet powerful sign that the one Allah chose for you is getting closer is when your relationships and environment begin to change. Often before you even notice it, suddenly you find yourself around better people, the kind of people who speak gently, who remind you of Allah without forcing it, people who listen to you without judgment, who encourage you to grow, and who see your worth even when you forget it. It's not just about gaining new friends. It's about entering a new space, emotionally and spiritually. You begin walking into rooms where you feel safe to be yourself. You hear conversations that uplift your heart. You start choosing people who feed your soul, not just your ego. It might feel small at first. A friend who sends you a reminder to pray, a class that opens your eyes to something deeper, a stranger who says something that sticks with you. But these are not coincidences. These are signs of spiritual alignment. These are the little gifts Allah gives you as He begins to shape the world around you to match the one you've been praying for. Sometimes this shift comes with loss. You might notice that certain friendships begin to fade. Some people who used to feel close now feel distant. You may feel misunderstood by those who used to know you best. That can be painful, but it's not a punishment. It's protection. It's a gentle clearing of your path because Allah sees who you're becoming and knows exactly who you need in your life to support the next chapter of your journey. Before Allah sends the person you've been praying for, the one who will stand beside you in faith, love, and purpose, He often sends people to teach you what love should feel like. He shows you what it means to be respected, heard, and uplifted. Sometimes, He sends these lessons through friends, mentors, teachers, or even brief moments with strangers. Each one of them is preparing your heart, shaping your understanding of healthy love, so that when your future spouse comes, you'll recognize them not by excitement or drama, but by the sense of peace they bring. And if you've been feeling more drawn to better spaces, to places that encourage growth, peace, and prayer, it's because your inner world is already starting to align with the outer world you've been asking for. When your surroundings begin to reflect the life you've envisioned in your du'as, it means that life is getting closer. You're not just moving toward a person, you're moving toward a life that was always meant for you. So, don't ignore the shift. Embrace it. The people who are entering your life right now, the ones who honor your faith, who remind you of your worth, who speak with kindness and live with sincerity, they are proof that Allah is gently, quietly, but powerfully bringing your future into the present. Step by step, prayer by prayer, you are being prepared. Sign 8. You feel a stronger connection to Allah without needing a relationship to feel whole. One of the most powerful signs that the person Allah has chosen for you is near is when you no longer need a relationship to feel whole. The desire may still be there. Yes, you still make dua. You still hope for that special connection. You still imagine sharing your life with someone. But something deep inside you has shifted. You've stopped believing that love from another person is the missing piece that will complete you, because you've already filled the deepest space in your heart with something far greater, your connection with Allah. You begin to find comfort in your solitude, not sadness. You begin to appreciate the silence, not fear it. You no longer wake up feeling empty just because no one texted you, "Good morning." Instead, you wake up with Alhamdulillah on your lips and a quiet confidence in your chest. You begin to see your own growth, the way you've healed, matured, softened, and strengthened. And for the first time, you actually admire the person you're becoming. And that's no small thing, because when your heart is filled with Allah, you don't walk through life begging for love or chasing validation. You walk through life radiating peace. You stop asking, "When will someone love me?" and start asking, "How can I love better for the sake of Allah?" That shift is powerful because now you're no longer waiting to be rescued. You're not hoping someone will come into your life to fix your brokenness. You've already done the inner work. You've already handed your pain to Allah, and He's already wrapped it in healing. You are no longer approaching love from a place of lack. You're approaching it from a place of fullness. You understand now that love from another person is a gift, a blessing, not a necessity. It's beautiful when it's there, but not your source of joy. Your source is already with you, always has been, and that's when you become truly ready. Because now, instead of looking for someone to complete you, you're prepared to meet someone you can build with. Instead of seeking a relationship to escape loneliness, you're seeking a partnership that enhances your purpose. You're no longer looking for someone to fill your emptiness. You're looking for someone to share your overflow. That kind of love is strong. That kind of love is real. And often, Allah waits for this version of you before He brings the one He wrote for you into your life. Not because He wants you to be perfect, but because He wants you to be whole. He wants you to know who you are, to value your worth, and to live in peace with Him before you ever try to live in love with someone else. So, if you've reached this place, if your connection to Allah is growing deeper, even while you wait, smile. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You're getting closer, not just to someone else, but to the kind of life your soul was always meant to live. And when your heart is rooted in Him, everything else that is meant for you will arrive softly and surely, exactly when it's supposed to. If you felt even one of these signs in your heart, even if it was just a whisper of recognition, a quiet that sounds like me, take a deep breath, because that feeling is not meaningless. That quiet confirmation in your soul is a sign that Allah has been listening. He's been watching your journey, hearing your late night prayers, and witnessing the way you've held on, even when things didn't make sense. It's easy to look around and feel like everyone else is finding love while you're still waiting, to scroll through photos, see couples smiling, engagements being announced, and wonder, when will it be my turn? But what you don't see in those photos is the process, the waiting, the refining, the tears, and most importantly, the divine timing that made it all possible. What you're going through right now isn't a delay meant to hurt you. It's a preparation designed to protect you, to elevate you. Allah has not forgotten you. He has not skipped your name. You are not left behind. You are not being punished. You are being refined spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and even physically so that you can receive something that lasts, something that's blessed, something that adds to your faith, not distracts you from it. You might not see the full picture yet, and that's okay. Maybe right now, all you see are unanswered questions, broken pieces, or a heart that feels tired. But what you don't see is what Allah is building in the unseen. You don't see the way He's softening someone else's heart, just like He's been softening yours. You don't see the way He's guiding someone to mature, to learn, to grow, just like He's been guiding you. You don't see the silent tests they've passed, or the quiet nights they've cried out to Allah, just like you have. But Allah sees both of you, and when the time is right, when the timing will bring you peace, not pressure, He will make your paths meet. Allah is never late. He is never confused. He doesn't need to rush. He's not withholding love to punish you. He's aligning the moment where everything will fall into place. Your heart, their heart, your journey, their journey. And it won't feel forced. It won't feel confusing. It won't leave you second-guessing yourself. It will feel like clarity. It will feel like ease. It will feel like a door opening that you didn't have to break down to walk through. But until then, keep going. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep being kind, even when you're tired. Keep praying, even when you feel unheard. Keep purifying your intentions, even if no one sees the effort. Because this phase of waiting, this chapter of growth, it matters more than you think. It's not wasted. Not a single tear, not a single prayer, not a single moment of patience has been wasted. Allah is using all of it to write a story that you will one day look back on and whisper, Subhanallah, it was always worth the wait. And perhaps the most important thing you can do during this time is trust. Trust that Allah is not just preparing someone for you, He is preparing you for that someone. Trust that your journey has meaning, that your loneliness is not permanent, that your desire for companionship is valid and heard, but that Allah will fulfill it in the best way, at the best time, with the best person, not because you deserve less, but because you deserve more, and more takes time to build. So, if this message has touched your heart, if it made you pause, if it brought you comfort or reminded you of something you needed to hear, don't let the moment pass. Let it settle into your soul. Let it remind you that you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are deeply, endlessly, lovingly cared for by the one who created you. And if you feel ready, leave a comment below saying, I trust Allah's timing. Let your heart declare it. Let your faith speak louder than your fear. You never know. Your comment might be the exact words someone else needed to see. And if you know someone else who's waiting, someone who's praying, doubting, or quietly struggling to stay hopeful, send this to them. Share this reminder. Let them know that their story is not over, that Allah is still writing it, that the page they're on is only part of something far more beautiful. And finally, if you'd like more content that speaks to your heart and reminds you of Allah's love and wisdom in all seasons of life, please subscribe, like this video, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. We're on this journey together, one prayer, one step, one heartbeat at a time. Until then, may Allah protect your heart, guide your path, and bring you closer every day to the love, peace, and purpose He has written just for you. And when it finally comes, may you say with tears in your eyes and peace in your chest, Alhamdulillah, this was always worth the wait. a way that brings you more joy than you imagined and more barakah than you prayed for. So don't rush. Don't settle for less than you're worth. Don't lose hope because of a temporary silence. What's meant for you doesn't need to be chased. It will come at the exact moment Allah has written for it. Your only job is to stay ready by keeping your heart clean, your intentions pure, your prayers consistent, and your faith stronger than your fears. Because love, written by Allah, doesn't arrive with confusion or chaos. It arrives with certainty, peace, and purpose. If this message touched your heart in any way, let it be known in the comments by writing, "I trust Allah's timing." Let the world see that your heart still believes. And if you know someone who is waiting, praying, or struggling to understand their journey, please share this with them, because maybe this is the message they've been waiting to hear. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more faith-filled reminders, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Your next blessing might be closer than you think.